Hi Pisces, I hope you guys are doing great today. Welcome to your general messages for the 8th of September to the 15th. Let's get right into things, guys. Remember, general messages, take what resonates. Please throw out the rest. Don't try to make it fit if it doesn't. It might not be a reading this week. It's okay. We do the readings every week, and then I do deeper ones each month, and too many of you guys out there to get you each time. So we're going to start off with a yes/no question. Those of you who don't wish to participate in the yes/no question, I take absolutely no offense. Just fast forward until you see me pulling the cards in a different way. You could jump forward to it. I'm not going to be time stamping this one, but if somebody wants to time stamp beyond the yes/no, you can certainly do that. Those of you who are new to my channel, welcome. My name is Jackie. We're going to be starting off with a yes/no question, and the way that works is you're going to formulate a question in your mind about absolutely anything. The reading I did the other day had to do with deep love only. This is a little bit of everything, guys. We're going to interpret it for love, for career, whatever comes up. So the question that you formulate could have to do with love, work, money, family, whatever. Just make sure it's one question that would require a yes or no answer or a neutral kind of answer. It should be answered in a full sentence format and the same question all 3 times. Not 3 different questions, guys. Some of you, I think, are a little confused on that. So one question. Best if you can ask it out loud. Please make sure you're as relaxed as you can be. And let's see what we have for our Pisces friends. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. I'm not taking this one up, but let's just look at what it is, and I will work it in. The Magician. Then, well, that's a yes card, but we're gonna work that in separately. Okay, Pisces. The answer for the first card is no. The answer for the second card is yes. The answer for the third is King of Swords, and that would be a yes. Okay. So let's get right into these. We'll pull 2 qualifiers for each one. So whatever the question is, the answer is yes, not yet. We have 2 yeses and 1 no, and that means most likely yes, but something needs to happen first. Something needs to be worked through, worked on, worked around. Something needs to be realized, discussed. We have the Ace of Wands as the first qualifying energy, the 9 of Swords, and we have the 2 of Wands. So some anxiety here. We have the Hermit for the High Priestess. Of course, we have 2 very introspective energies here, and the Ace of Cups. Oh, Pisces, you're thinking very deeply about the new beginning of something here. Then we have the Strength energy, the King of Swords, and we have the Sun. Wow. I mean, this is really cool to me because I just see you sort of really trying to harness your thinking, harness your process right now. So very, very introspective energy. I mean, let's see here, guys. This is for the 8th into the 15th. On the 9th, we have Mars going retrograde in your second house of things that you value. So it's not only money. It's anything that you value. It's the food you put in your mouth. It's your home. It's things that matter to you. You know, it really is like on a more global scale, right? So we have that going on. But the focus for you right now, Pisces, is actually, we have to look at the Virgo energy, where Virgo is hanging out in your chart, because wherever the Sun is, and the Sun's in Virgo right now, wherever the Sun is, that's where our focus is going to be, right? So for you, it's on your 7th house of partnerships. So we have this restriction having to do with value that can certainly be inciting some sort of struggle within your partnerships, for sure. So let's see if and that's definitely how it could roll out for relationship. Those of you who are here with career or finances on your heart, well, Mars is going to be retrograde in your 2nd house of resources, and it doesn't mean that you're not going to have anything go your way. Not at all. Especially because we do have on the 12th, Jupiter is coming out of retrograde, finally, since the beginning of May. So Jupiter is coming out of retrograde in your 11th house of goals, of wishes, of friends, right? Things like that, but really having to do also with like the dividends that you make on a business of some sort, right? But we also have to consider Sagittarius, right? Because Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter, which is happening in your 10th house. So I do feel like there's going to be some sort of restructuring as far as your career goes, where you're redesigning and reformulating your ultimate goal and what you're actually ultimately going for, which is not a bad thing. But keep in mind, it's still hanging out in there with Saturn is still retrograde until the end of the month. So there's going to be some restriction in there. So I'm sensing some restriction having to do with relationship and some restriction having to do with money right now. So let's see. So this makes sense to me why we got 2 yeses and a no, where it's a not yet, most likely, but not yet. All right, so we have the 9 of Swords energy, which is a 3 a.m. anxiety card, anxiety, depression, ruminating thoughts, really trying to get in touch with what you need to do as far as bringing yourself on the new path, right? Because it's Mars in Gemini, and Mars ultimately does want our highest good to pull us on the path that we're meant to be on. And Gemini is all about, not only about communication, but Gemini is also the student. What do you need to learn, Pisces? What do you need to look at? Okay, these are some big questions, right? So qualifying that, we have the Ace of Wands and the 2 of Wands. Fabulous, 2 fabulous energies. The Ace of Wands is a brand new beginning, and the 2 of Wands is a brand new path. I mean, this is the synchronicity here. It goes Ace and then 2. But this is what's creating the challenge for you. This is what's creating the anxiety. Now, it could very well be that because we have Jupiter is finally coming out of retrograde on that 11th, but still not going full force, right? Because of Sagittarius hanging out in there, right, on the 10th. So we have some challenges having to do with being able to move forward in areas that we value, as far as our money, as far as our resources, as far as our relationships, right? So it's like we feel this need to have this new path, either with that person, with a new person, in that job, in a different job, whatever it is, however you're resonating with it. But it's the idea of this new path and this new beginning that's causing you a lot of anxiety. Now, it may not be for any other reason other than you just can't get there yet, because Jupiter is where we have beautiful blessings come to us, guys, right? And so since Jupiter's been retrograde, now that Jupiter's finally going direct, doesn't go direct right away, right? And it needs a couple of weeks to unknot itself. But that's where it's like your goals and your wishes are just going to be like popping in your face, but you're going to be like, damn it, I can't do it that way yet. Or I really want it this way, but I can't be with that person yet, or I'm not ready to be with that person yet, or I can't bring myself to call them yet, or I can't bring myself to ask that person out, or to start that job, or to start that business. And, you know, things are just not lining up the way I really kind of see them in my mind's eye, kind of thing. Now, the High Priestess is a very introspective energy. It's the moon in tarot, right? And so this is things that you're feeling deeply underneath the surface. So things, though, that we don't often really kind of share with people, you know, because it's very much in our secret space. But the thing is here, Pisces, good. Like, keep it to yourself. Whatever you are thinking about, finish formulating it. I'm not going to say perfecting it, because nothing's ever perfect, and you don't want to wait for perfection in the High Priestess energy, because it'll never arrive. But you want to just wait until you think things through a little bit more. And wow, look what we have is qualifying. Come on now, this is very overt. We have the Hermit energy and the Ace of Cups. You are so focused on a brand new, whatever it is, a brand new cycle in your career, a brand new business, a brand new relationship, just a brand new, it could be, seriously, everything. Where you're just like, I am ready to step into the next room and press reset. And a lot of you guys may be thinking about moving. A lot of you guys may be thinking about just rethinking your career, rethinking what you value, how you treat what you value. I mean, there's a lot of energy going on here that I could see. And the Hermit really is about, first of all, if this has to do with a job, this indicates taking some time away from a job, being away involuntarily from a job. So it could be getting fired, Even if you're still at that job, it could be, perhaps you were furloughed, but it could also be just kind of mentally stepping back and reassessing. That's very much the Hermit energy when it comes to career. When it comes to your home and your general life, you may be in a space where you're just deeply introspective and perhaps feeling a little lonely. Even if you're in a room with a bunch of people, you just sort of not feeling in alignment with yourself 100%. If this has to do with relationship, this could indicate that you perhaps are working in secret on a relationship. So maybe some sort of relationship that needs to be secret. Let's just keep it at that for one reason or another. Or it could just be you just going it alone for right now, right? Really trying to figure it out and just going it alone for a minute to figure out what your rightful path is. But you're very focused on the Ace of Cups, which is a new beginning in your emotions. But our emotions are a lot more than love. When it comes to intimacy, we want to love what we do. I mean, this is right. Has to do with the water energy, things that we really value. So you're really doing a lot of very, very deep thinking. Lots of deep thinking. Yeah, we just had the full moon in you guys, right? The week before this. So very deep, deep thinking here going on in your house of self, for sure. And then we have the King of Swords, which is all about mental. So this is what I mentioned before. It's like you're tapping into the mental. You're like, okay. Pisces self. Yes, you are the oldest water sign. Yes, you are the most intuitive. Yes, you are the most giving. Yes. But it's time to put on our sword energy and really approach everything from a very mental, a very mental place. Not from your watery heart self, but from a very mental, like, okay, keeping it real, what do we have to do here? That's kind of what it is, right? It's Capricorn, very earthy, right? And Aquarius. So this is all right, how are we going to work this differently? Because Capricorn's about putting in the work and Aquarius is about doing things differently and out of the box. So you're going to be very in that space and you're going to be doing it scared. Strength is the Leo energy. You're going to be doing it with heart. You're going to be doing it with creativity. You're going to feel like I might not know how this is going to go, but I'm going to do it anyway. That is the Strength card. It's putting yourself out there, whether you feel ready or not. Because it's just a drive that you feel, right? Because the strength is the Leo energy. Leo's the landlord of the 5th house, right? Which is that's the house of fun. It's creativity. It's the house of romance. It's the house of sex. It's the house of what we do with our partner on a Monday through Sunday. It's the house of our children, of our entrepreneurial efforts, whatever we want to build and grow. A business or children, anything like that. And then we have the sun. You're going to have everything that you need to make it happen. You are. It's just going to take a minute. And it's going to take a minute. Let Saturn come out of retrograde. I want to say, I don't remember now. I think the 23rd or the 24th of September is going to finally start coming out of retrograde. We're going to start to feel this easing up. Thank goodness, right? Right? Thank goodness. My gosh, right? So that's what we have for this. So, and then having the Magician in here, I'm loving this because the Magician is a Mercury energy. Mercury rules the 3rd and 6th house. So you're going to be learning a lot of new things, new approaches, new perspectives, Pisces, in general, about money, relationships, career, however you're resonating with this. A lot of you for career, though, I can tell you that, but absolutely for relationships as well, since we do have the sun is going to be in your 7th house. But it's whatever you're learning, your approach, however it's communicating too. Duh. It's the 3rd house of Gemini. Yes, Gemini is about learning. It's the student, but it's also communication, right? And whatever happens in that communication, it's going to end up impacting that 6th house of day-to-day work environment, the people you work with, your day-to-day in general, also your health, mental, physical, emotional. So this could be reaching out to that person that you've been really nervous to reach out to, decreasing your level of anxiety and just pulling the Band-Aid off, ripping the Band-Aid off, so to speak. Just getting your ducks in a row to start that business, really pushing something out there, which I think is really, really good. Okay, so awesome for that. Okay, let's pull some Lenormand. I'm taking a step away for this reading from the Celtic cross spread. I know a lot of you love it, But I also know a lot of you liked how I did the deep love read. So I'm just going to do that style for this reading. And hopefully you guys get some messages that matter to you. So we have the cage with the key. So something needs to be released, Pisces. The idea of time is very much on your mind. We have the snake, some duplicitous energy here. We have the park. So that can have to do with networking, social media, taking a chance. Yes! That Leo energy. Making a choice. All right, let's pull one more. You need to make a choice, but let's see if we can get a final. I'm trying not to have to put them down here. Okay, we got the man. Now this is the patient, pensive, loving man. So for female Pisces, this could be a male that you're dealing with. Now, I do want to say, this does not have to mean a romantic interest. It does not have to mean that. It can, but it doesn't have to be. So because this is a very general reading, so that could be a significant other if it's a male. It could also be somebody who's very present in your life right now, who would be a male, and you'll know who that is. Male Pisces, this could certainly be you, or it could also be a male that is of importance in your life right now. You know, it could be a business partner. It could be, obviously, it could be if you're in a same-sex relationship. It could be your boyfriend or your husband. It could be a colleague, coworker, whatever. Any sort of male energy that's very prevalent in your life. Now, if you are a gay female, and it's not resonating with you in any other way other than relationship, this would be indicative of your partner, okay? All right, so these are Lenormand, right? So we recognize each card and pull the message as one cohesive, solid message. So there's something that you need to figure out, something that you need to realize is that the rose represents a mystery, and that sounds very fluffy, right? It's something that you need to know. And it's something that you feel poking at you. You do. You know you need to, there's something, if you know intuitively that there's something that you're not looking at, that you need to look at a little more closely. Now, you need to make the decision with the key. Are you going to keep that information trapped in the gilded cage, and therefore part of yourself trapped in a gilded cage because you're scared, or because you don't want to be hurt, or you think it's not going to go well, whatever the reason is? Or you're going to keep it open and really allow the exploration, because time is a thing here, right? I mean, time is ticking. Time is ticking here, and you're feeling very, very aware of it. Now, I do want to say, we have the snake, and I don't want to interpret it more than beyond saying that this is somebody who's very duplicitous, somebody who is very, will lead you down a path with sweet words. Think about the snake in the Garden of Eden. I mean, it's a very, come on, Eve, eat the apple. Nothing's going to happen, I swear. Pinky swear, right? Yeah, not so much, right? So you may be dealing with that energy, but check it out. I mean, we have the park next, which to me represents social media, networking, people that you're dealing with out there. Even though there are no people in this card, that is what it represents. So I have to say that I am getting very, very strongly that, all right, let me tell you straight up now, somebody is not being very forthcoming in relationship. Because I want to show you something here. If the duplicitous goes, this duplicitous energy goes with the social media, the network, or anything, but you're taking a chance and a choice, right? We have the stairs as choice. So you're taking a chance and you're making a choice to associate with this person. Or this person is making these choices. Again, however you resonate with the guy here. So if you are a guy Pisces, you're the one who's looking at taking this chance. If you're a female Pisces and you're with a guy, this would be your guy taking a chance here, feeling like there's something duplicitous about you. However, you can resonate with it, okay? But this is a good energy here, this one. So if this is a person that you're working with, you have to just check yourself. Are you being really forthcoming and really, very straightforward and open and totally honest about who you are, what you want, what you need, whatever the case is. Or did you fudge things in a certain way? All right, just something to keep in mind. Now, because the thing is here, I am feeling very strongly, Pisces, if there's something very much that you want. And I don't feel like, even though the snake is typically indicative of like a malicious energy, this could, I always understand this as well, though, being a very insecure energy as well. You know, like where people will say thing and mean another because they want something to work, or they want somebody to think a certain way about them because they're very insecure and vulnerable. You know what I mean? So this could be an energy that you're dealing with, male Pisces, female Pisces. This could be maybe you, where maybe you're not being 100% open and honest about something right now. But I do see this, taking this chance with this person, and it's like you're taking a chance in not being 100% authentic, trying to take a chance and move forward and not being 100% authentic. So just something to think about, because the gambling is a gambling. It's very destiny driven, and a choice is a choice. It's not good, bad. It's just, it is what it is. So you're going to be making a decision. There's going to be a decision here. I hope that's not confusing to you. I know the Lenormand is very interesting and different in the way it handles gender from tarot. So hopefully that made sense to you guys. Past, present, challenge, outcome. And these are qualifiers. Page of Wands. Okay, so page indicates a new cycle. So this is something very exciting, very motivating for you to this could indicate a person. This could indicate somebody who might be a little immature rather. The Page of Wands, keeping it real, whenever we have the Wands energy in the court, it could indicate a little bit of a player energy. It doesn't have to, but it can. If we're talking about anything in like the sexual, in the like relationship realm, sexual realm. Now, this is a court card, so this could be you, this could be somebody else, or this could just be the general energy of, you know, Pisces. Maybe you're just like, hello, I'm really lonely, I want to be with somebody. That could be some of you as a general energy. This could be you meeting somebody like this, or this could be you right now, where you're just sort of like, you know what, I just want to go out and just like have a good time. I just want to feel motivated. I want to feel very passionate. I want to just kind of get lost in something right now, right? I mean, you know, you guys are the 12th house. It's very, you know, part of your archetype to want to get lost in something. There's not really anything wrong with that, because we have the Three of Cups energy, which I like. This is a celebratory vibe. So some of you can be in a space of just kind of celebrating with your friends. Others of you are celebrating with your significant other. But what I like about this is it's on a very personal level. You're going to feel like you're doing some healing right now. So whatever it is that you feel very excited to go off into, it's like part of your healing process from something that you've been through in the past. So this could be a past relationship. This could also have to do with anything having to do with work. So for example, maybe you had a really tough go in work. Maybe you were laid off, fired, furloughed, something, and you're making the decision to start this new cycle in a new way. Maybe you're doing the same career but in a different way, or you're returning to something that you were a part of at one point, and you're feeling kind of like, yeah, this is good. I feel like things are going to start sort of falling into place. And I feel like you are going to be feeling that. I just do, because Jupiter is going to be coming out of retrograde on the 12th in the 11th house of goals. So I feel like things are going to start making a little more sense to you, right? This is where you're coming into this energy with this, right? Now, right now, you're the Magician and the Page of Cups. So we have really doing the magic to make something happen here as far as a new beginning. So this is a new job, a business, a new path in your career, a new way of making money. Let's just say that, because I kind of feel called to make it a little more global than that. And we have the Magician, like you are just going to be able to make it happen, which is so awesome. But the thing is, keep in mind, we do have Mercury retrograde in that second house of resources. So we have to keep that in mind as we're working through this, right? But at the same time, we do have that Sagittarius energy in your 10th house is really going to be helping you out. So it's going to be helping to gain clarity. Right now, remember, the Magician rules the 3rd and 6th house. Third house, again, yes, it has to do with communication, but it's also about being the student. So learning something new, a new strategy, a new way of handling something, learning a new way to communicate, getting in touch with a healthier way to communicate within relationship, because you're going to find that when you do that, it's going to positively impact the sixth house, which has to do with your day-to-day work environment, your day-to-day in general, as well as your health, the mental, physical, and emotional health. And I'm even going to say the health of your relationships, because we do have the sun shining on your seventh house of partnerships. So that would even go for business partnerships as well. Now we have the challenge here is the Four of Pentacles in the World. All right, so the World is the best card in the deck, the most positive card in the deck, and it's your challenge. So, well, the World. Let's start with that. The World is a Saturn energy. So Saturn, the World is the gift that you get after you do everything that Papa Saturn has asked you to do. And I want you to think. I mean, the best way. I heard somebody call Jupiter Santa Claus, and I don't think that's accurate at all. I really think Saturn, I've been calling Saturn Santa Claus for a while, because what is Santa Claus is like, you can have those gifts, Sally, as long as you do, you're a good girl, and you go to bed on time, and you do well in school, and you play nicely with your friends, and you do. So you have to follow the rules in order to get the gift, right? So the World is, you put in a lot. Pisces, you've put in a lot of work, a lot of effort into life in general. Can we just say that? And it's like, all right, it's time to start getting those blessings, right? But the challenge here and the sticking point for you is the Four of Pentacles. Now, let's understand this all the ways it could be understood. The Four of Pentacles can be a miserly energy where you're really first of all, you're very self-protective of your heart, but you may be very protective of your money. You may have a really hard time. I mean, you call this the miserly energy. You may have a really hard time letting your money go, sharing your money, doing things like anything having to do with resources, even if it's not exactly money. Maybe you're very protective of your home. You're very protective of everything that you value, that matters to you. And it's like that over-obsession, dare I say, that over reliance on things that are perhaps material, let's talk about it like that first, that's getting in the way of you being in the space that you should really be in your life. Now it could also be you holding yourself back to such an extent, Pisces, where, and guys, we all do this in one way or another, so don't beat yourself up, but you guys are a very mysterious house. I mean, you guys are the 12th house, the house of self-undoing, self-sabotaging behaviors, addictions. It's also wishes. It's the most spiritual, arguably. I think they're all spiritual, but I do think that the 12th house is the most spiritual. All of these things can create a situation, wherever we have Pisces in our chart, to not be 100% showing up. I don't even want to say 100% authentic. It's more like so self-protective that you may leave things out when you are in relationship, even in a partnership having to do with work, right? Where you're leaving information out, or you maybe not being the fullest authentic version of yourself, maybe because you're not even sure who you are yet. I mean, and that's a challenge for Pisces, is to really figure out, who am I? Because if you think about it, you guys are ruled by Neptune, which is all about illusion. Neptune's all about illusion, right? It's like I always say, it's like trying to look at reality through a dirty window or a thick fog, right? It's not your fault, it's who your ruler is. But I want you guys to think about yourself also as this bottomless ocean. Where do you put your feet? So, I mean, good thing that nobody is all of one sign, right? We have all the signs in us. So you want to reach across the chart there and ask your grounded Virgo, cousin for some help, right? Because you guys are ascendant and descendant from each other. So, I mean, it's not the end of the world in that way. It's just a challenge that you may be experiencing right now in being able to have this world energy. This is your challenge right now in having this new beginning. And we have the final outcome. We have the Hermit energy and the Temperance. So listen, I mean, the Temperance is all about compromise. What do you need? What do I need? What does the situation need? And the Hermit energy is thinking very deeply and very introspectively about this. Now, again, this could be realizing that what you want, need, and desire, and what they want, need, and desire, Pisces, may be two different things. So this may mean, parting ways in a business partnership, parting ways in an intimate connection, or at least for the time. at least for the time. Now, this could also very directly mean, for those of you who are in a relationship that's secret, whether it's that one of you or both of you are otherwise involved with someone, whether it's married, whatever it is. And again, I'm not judging, I'm just reading the cards here. This could indicate getting to a point in this situation where, even though you guys are working on the relationship in private, wants, needs, and desires need to be discussed and established. Like seriously, perhaps you can't let go of here that you're feeling very protective of is a marriage, right? Where, you know what I'm saying? Or somebody is still holding on. Obviously, any of these energies can be vice versa, right? You guys know that. So this could be that kind of situation where it's like, leave the person already. If you're going to be with me kind of energy is certainly indicated here. If you're in that kind of arrangement. For others of you, it's just going to be realizing that things need to be changed in a very visceral way in order for you to get that world energy. And for others of you, I see this as just new opportunity as far as money and employment goes as well. Even relationship. There's new opportunity here for that. Now, because we have a Page of Cups, I do have to say this may be returning to somebody who you've been with before. Don't scream at me. I'm just saying. Because Page does indicate a new cycle. So the Page of Cups often comes up when the Page of Cups is actually not a person. It's always a message, by the way, just so you know. So this is a message coming in that could incite a new cycle within a relationship that you were in already. This is a message that could come in that could incite the reconnection of a business or a job that you were in once upon a time. Even a friendship. Or even, this could even be a family member coming back. But I like that it's with the Magician. But this is happening like this week, the second week in September, is what I see. But you want to make sure that you're not holding too close to anything that doesn't need to be held onto too tightly. Do you know what I'm saying? And so that you can get this world energy. Okay. That's what we have for that. All right. For those of you in a love situation, let's pull a couple of oracles. I miss the peace I used to feel with you before all of this. I miss having fun with you. I miss you so much. Now this could be you, Pisces, thinking this about somebody, or them thinking it about you. I know I didn't handle things the right way, but I don't know how to fix it. Okay. Not today, not dealing with hurt, avoiding a conversation, call person, still angry. So that could be them, that could be you. Passion, instinct, chemistry, like each other equally, having fun. Need time, take time, in cycles, time to heal, progress. So for those of you resonating with this relationship, it's pretty clear. With resonating with this reading for relationship, it's the most likely, but not yet, because somebody's just not ready. We got not today in the clock. It's not no, it's just like not dealing with something right now because something needs to be worked through. So let's ask the cards. Let's ask the astro cards. Which energy? Guys, look at this. You are my true north. Destiny. It popped out. I had to take it, but this is, I pull these to see what energy should we be mindful of during this week that can help us deal with whatever it is that's on our heart. North Node, Destiny, Soul School. You guys are from the same soul school. Purpose, maturing, experience. It's the North Star. Blossoming, integrity, becoming, journey. Yeah. It's a process. I feel like if you're resonating with this as far as relationship goes, there's a process that needs to go on here. There's some healing, and this is really indicating a new cycle for you guys, like right there, right? Let's just wait for Jupiter to do, you know, to unknot, you know, out of the goals and wishes in that 11th house there. You know, we do still have Virgo, beautiful, you know, and for till the 3rd week in there before going into Libra, which is all about relationships in your house of relationships. So I do see this being a pretty beneficial time for you regarding that, even though you may not feel it in the moment that you're listening to this. This is a very strange month, guys. Things are going to be happening at the drop of a dime. It's very crazy. All right, thanks so much for joining me. I will see you guys next week. Take care now. Bye-bye.